Hello again. Eskom's rolling power cuts have a major impact on agriculture. Many farmers fear that the current state of energy supply could have harsh implications on food production and, of course, jobs. This time of year is crucial for farmers as they enter the planting season for their summer crops. Let's get the state of affairs now from the Agriculture Sector Unity Forum's Pitso Sekhoto joining us now for more on this. Mr. Sekhoto, good afternoon. Welcome to today and thank you very much for your time. Firstly, an overriding question. How bad is the impact of load shedding on the agricultural sector?
It's, Braden, it's terrible. It's very bad, and we can't cope, and there's no future if we are going to go on like this.
Can you break that down for us in practical terms? How, when you say it's bad, what is actually happening? Is it loss of production, loss of jobs? Just break it down for us.
Firstly, electricity is everything to a farm. When you wake up, there's electricity. Your water, where you take it, is electricity. Your systems, your machinery, it's electricity. Now, if you can't have water, if you can't pump water via electricity at your farm, then it means you don't have water the whole farm. You can't plant, you can't do anything without electricity. So it's terrible.
So you're part of the forum. What kind of numbers are you seeing in terms of possible retrenchments? People are going to lose jobs?
People are going to lose jobs because if you can't plant now, if you can't put seeds, if you can't do anything, and people are just not going to sit back and wait for somebody to come and pay them. And those things, you must understand, it takes you the whole year to plant. If you miss out now because of electricity, then it means you're going to plant next year. The whole year, you've got nothing. You haven't produced anything this year. So that's the seriousness of the whole thing. It's like the hospital. If you say there's no electricity at the hospital, are you saying people must die? It's the same as when you say we need to plant food now and there's no electricity, then it means we are not going to have food the whole of next year. We are not going to harvest anything. That's how serious it is, Braden.
So currently, how are you coping? I mean, are you looking at alternative means of having power yourselves? I mean, we are hearing the calls now for renewable sources and wind power and all those sorts of things. Are you, as farmers, also engaging to say, how can you sustain yourselves from a power perspective?
Those systems are very expensive. We are trying them, but they are very expensive. For you to put that system in your farm, you have to have close to about 2 to 3 million for you to operate your farm with that system. So you can't cope. There's no way that you can cope if you are not able to do that with electricity.
Yeah, I mean, the sector employs a lot of people, so you are not coping. You can't manage the expensive or the expense of installing alternative sources of power, and load shedding is still going on. What kind of plans are you going to put in place to survive? Because the picture you are painting now is a gloomy one.
It's very gloomy because even the government would never even subsidize you. So there's just no future for black farmers in this country. There is no future. If we can't get basic things like electricity, what do you expect? You can't even stay at the farm. The security is also very serious. You know what? Everything just goes to standstill.
Now the
the crime becomes heavier.
Yeah, the African Farmers Association of South Africa, or to which you belong, that's a FASA. Are you engaging with other industry players like Agri-SA and others to get support so that you survive?
All other structures, we are talking, but the problem is just one, all of us. It's covering all of us, irrespective whether you are a commercial farmer or you are a well-off farmer. If you don't have electricity, you don't have future.
It's a very tough scenario. So
yes.
If you had to change the situation, we know there is load shedding. What practically, finally, as we conclude, Mr. Sekhoto, practically that you and your members of the African Farmers Association of South Africa can do in order to manage through this difficult period? Is there anything, are there any plans you're thinking about?
But then it's so difficult because if the government can't give us the plan, can't even tell us what is their solution going forward, how are we going to know how to survive? Because we are in those guys' hands, at least to have hope of saying this thing is going to come and go. But it looks like this thing is just here and to destroy all of us. That's our problem.
Thank you very much for your time. Not a good picture indeed. That's Mr. Sekhoto there, just explaining how African farmers, members of the African Farmers Association, are battling right now, and there's no hope unless they get assistance.